Hey there! Welcome back to Momogatari. Or, if this is your first time, it's so good to see you. In this channel, we share gentle stories under the stars, so I hope you'll join us. Tonight's story is one about finding purpose in life. It is called The Weight of Expectations. The rooftop was cool and quiet, the breeze brushing gently against Momo's face as she sat at the edge. The stars stretched across the darkness like scattered pieces of light, distant yet steady. Around her, the city hummed faintly far below, but here, above it all, the world felt still, untouched by its chaos. Her teal hair shifted softly in the wind, framing her tired face as she gazed upward. In her hand, her heart-shaped necklace pulsed faintly, its glow soft and warm against her palm. The light seemed to match her breaths, shallow, uneven, and unsure. She clutched it tightly, as though it could steady the thoughts swirling in her mind. "I don't know if this is who I'm supposed to be," she whispered, her voice trembling as her pink eyes flickered toward the stars. "I don't know if I'm living the life I was meant to." Her tears slipped quietly down her cheeks, unbidden and unchecked. The weight pressing against her chest felt suffocating, an amalgamation of doubts she couldn't shake. She thought of all the paths she'd taken, all the choices that had brought her here, and wondered if any of them had been right. More than that, she wondered if any of them had meaning at all. Growing up, Momo had always been told she was destined for something extraordinary. People called her bright, talented, and full of potential. Words that once felt like compliments, but had since become chains. She worked hard to meet those expectations, to prove she was as capable as everyone said. But as the years passed, she felt herself slipping further away from that image. The harder she tried, the less she felt seen for her struggles, her dreams, or even just for herself. Even now, after forging her own path, she couldn't escape the echoes of those words. She'd carve out a life she thought would feel meaningful, but the road had been harder than she imagined. Failures and setbacks loomed large, and she began to wonder if she had made all the wrong choices. What if I've been chasing something that was never meant for me? She murmured softly. What if I don't even have a purpose? The necklace in her hand pulsed again, glowing brighter for a moment. Momo blinked, her gaze dropping to its light. Above her, one star caught her attention, a single point shining more vividly than the rest. She focused on its glow, steady and calm against the night sky, and imagined its voice, soft and unwavering. "Expectations can be heavy, Momo," the star seemed to say. "They're hard to carry, and they can make you question yourself. But they don't define you. You're allowed to grow, to change, to be different from what anyone imagined." Her grip on the necklace tightened, her breath hitching as the imagined words resonated deep within her. Slowly, she let them settle, loosening the knot of doubt in her chest. The light of the necklace grew warmer, nudging her thoughts toward something she had overlooked. Moments of light along her journey that weren't tied to expectations, but simply hers. As her tears slowed, she felt the imagined voice of the star continue, gently guiding her forward. Purpose isn't something handed to you, Momo. It's something you discover, piece by piece, through the choices you make and the lives you touch. She thought of the joy she had felt in the quiet victories, the project she created late at night, pouring her heart into every detail, the courage it took to step away from a life she didn't want, even when she didn't know what came next, the connections she made, small yet meaningful, with others who saw her for who she truly was. These fragments of light weren't grand or world changing, but they mattered. They were pieces of herself she had carved out of the weight she carried. The necklace pulsed again, its warmth brushing against her skin as her breath steadied in the quiet night. She still didn't have all the answers, and the path ahead remained unclear. But the heaviness pressing against her chest had softened, replaced by a fragile yet undeniable hope. I don't know where I'm going, she whispered softly, her gaze lingering on the bright star above. But maybe that's okay. Maybe I don't have to figure it all out right now. The stars above stayed steady, the light filling the rooftop, not with certainty, but with quiet reassurance that she didn't have to be perfect. She didn't have to meet anyone's expectations but her own. And with that thought, Momo let herself breathe. The end. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. If you resonated with the story, I'd love to hear how you felt in the comments. As we come to a close, remember that you have a life to live and no obligation to live for anyone else. Please take care of yourself. I love you, and I hope to see you again next time. Goodbye.